Hey y'all, hey, how are you guys doing? This is your girl Chris, and you have joined another City Highlights. Y'all, I decided to come because I wanted to have a great conversation that I think that we need to be having. Like, let's just discuss this. 72% of founders struggle with mental health. 37% suffer from anxiety. 36 experience burnout. 10% have panic attacks. 54% of our founders deal with lots of mental deficits.
Mhm.
They're very stressed out with their business. They're very afraid of failure. But nonetheless, their main stressor is a decision that they made for themselves to take something from nothing. I decided to have the conversation about being an entrepreneur and the mental health that comes with it. So I decided to bring my good girlfriend here with me. I call her Q, but she's better known to y'all as Dr. Moten, Dr. Quavera Moten. Say hello to the people.
Hi, I am so glad to be here.
Tell everyone who you are and how they can connect with you.
I am Dr. Corvera Moten. My website is themotenway.com. You can follow me on Instagram and any social media at Dr. Corvera Speaks. And I am also on LinkedIn at Dr. Corvera Moten. But themotenway.com will connect you to all those.
Yeah. So if you're looking to connect with someone who's doing amazing things in the city, especially when it comes to mental health, reach out to my girl, Dr. Moten, because she's going to be a good friend to you as she has been to me. I want you guys to join in this conversation as we discuss minding your mentals the Moten way. Q, let me ask you this. Have you ever dealt with anything like stress or depression?
Yes.
That's good. That's good. You've been open and honest and transparent. I want to normalize and open up conversations about the psychological toll of entrepreneurship.
And that is important. It's important for us to do that. Um, because while often there's no easy way to
Mhm.
minimize the level of uncertainty or stakes
Right.
in a startup environment,
Hmm.
it can help to normalize that it's okay not to be okay.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me, because I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago and I was floored because my girlfriend Caroline expressed that it's okay to not be okay. But I was asking, like, are you saying that I'm supposed to yield to my depression? That you're telling me that it's okay that I don't want to get up out the bed? And she was like, yeah, if that's how you feeling, that's okay. So you agree and you share in that sentiment that if you're not okay, it's okay to be okay.
Definitely.
Why? Explain it to me. What's your perspective?
It is okay to recognize that you're human.
Wow. Are we human, girl?
Sometimes we pretend to not be human, but I believe
She
that
all up in
it
my business,
is
y'all.
so important that we just start removing these masks. So
Hmm.
before we begin this conversation, I want everyone to just really just touch your face. I know I'm so dramatic. Touch your face.
Do it with me, y'all. Touch your face.
Touch your face. And today we're going to just take off these
Take them off.
masks that we wear where we pretend
Like everything is okay.
that everything is okay because it's okay that it's not.
Hmm. Well, I like that. I like the fact that, a lot of people such as myself, when you're an entrepreneur, because more than not, it's a dream.
Yes.
It's something that's in your head. It's a seed that's been planted in your head, and it's your responsibility to bring that seed to birth, to fruition, to
Mhm.
reality. But that can be very stressful. I don't understand why it's so stressful because you would think if I'm living my best life doing what I dreamed about doing, how could I be stressed? Explain to the people what the high environment or the high pressure environment and how that can affect them.
Well, it's definitely a high pressure environment. I've been an entrepreneur full time now for 2 years. And some
Mm,
of that high pressure environment is the pressure we put on ourselves
mm,
to not fail, to not even appear as if we have failed.
mm.
When in actuality, it takes a lot of time to build business. It takes time to build a brand. It takes time to build all these different even when it comes to taxes and finances
Mhm.
and all these different things that go into building business that you didn't know before you started, but that pressure of, I have to do all this. And the actuality is, we've conditioned ourselves so much not to ask for help
Yes.
that it has become a normal that I'm going to figure it out. But when you think about it,
You don't have
when
to.
we were little kids
Mhm.
and they said, okay, it looks like Chris is about to start walking,
Okay.
you didn't know what you were doing in the
Right.
beginning.
Right. Everyone else did,
Someone
but you
had
didn't know.
to hold your
Hold your
hand
hands up. Yeah.
and
Balance you.
balance you out.
Hold you
And
taking them little few steps. I didn't ever
yes,
think about it like that. You still had help, even though it was your first time walking.
still had help.
Hmm.
So that,
That's a
where
good one,
did
girl.
we lose that lesson? And
Mm.
that's where the struggle comes in, when we
I can
lose
be
that.
transparent and I can be honest about me being better at delegating.
Hmm.
That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm here on Saturdays versus being here Monday through Friday, because the impact of my entrepreneurial endeavors were weighing me down. And I didn't want to stop doing it, but I just had to figure out how to do it better for me in my space, in my time. And I absolutely can honestly say that it took me reaching out to others to ask for help. I don't do this by myself. I'll get Kenji to help me with that. I'll get somebody else. Trust me, I'm not giving you all my team people, but because y'all be stealing out here in H Town. But realistically, that was the fix, Q. Me learning how to be able to relinquish my baby
Hmm.
and trust it would be okay. Because even if it wasn't what I wanted to be, nobody else out there knew that, but it got done. So I had to learn that in this space. How did you learn that?
I'm still learning.
I like that because I'm still learning too.
And the thing is I don't even think I've fully given birth. I think I'm in the labor room
Okay.
and I'm having contractions.
So you breathing right now.
I'm breathing right
So
now.
how are
So
you breathing? Is it a or is it a more slow? What is your breathing pattern looking like?
some days it feels like they're going to put me in the NIC unit.
Really?
Like it feels as though I'm giving birth to something that's impossible. Have you ever thought about giving birth to something that it just feels impossible?
Hmm.
And it makes you want to give up while giving birth.
But you know the baby needs you. The baby can come here. God is gonna gravity gonna bring it here. But there are some parts that we and the baby have to do as a team.
Yes.
You
Yes.
gotta push.
You need a, who's your doula?
You need somebody to hold this leg up.
Yes.
You need the doctor to be checking your monitors.
Yes.
You need him to go in and see where the baby is positioned and sometimes to bring the baby down.
And sometimes you need someone to tell you it's just not time yet.
Man,
That part.
have you ever been with a lady who been in labor for 12 plus hours and she just want the baby out? Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine being in that space, because in reality, being an entrepreneur and giving birth to your dreams is the exact same experience.
It is.
And you can't give birth to that baby by yourself. You need a doctor. You need some nurses. You need a friend to hold your hand. You need somebody to give you some ice chips. You need people. So why wouldn't you feel as if when you're giving birth to your entrepreneurial dream and utilize your resources? Get your doctors.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one, Q. Wow, I hadn't even thought about it from that perspective. Because I always say, yes, I've given birth to the baby, but the baby is growing and the baby hard-headed and the baby don't always do what I wanted to do. But I never thought about how I got that baby here, how I birthed that baby. I wasn't alone.
No.
I appreciate that. That's good, girl. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, talk about some of the other aspects of entrepreneurs that entrepreneurs, because we talking to the entrepreneurs, but we talking to everybody, because even working with somebody, you can deal with stress. It may not be your own birth
Right.
that you're bringing to fruition, but that stressor still can be there. So I'm gonna just say we're talking to everybody, but this is in retrospect to entrepreneurs.
I think it's isolation, because you can feel as there's not a single person in the world who can possibly understand your dream. And when you go deeper into the isolation, that is when it becomes dangerous. And that is where I ended up.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. So you're saying that we're not supposed to be moving in this silence. and doing everything solo dolo. Because I'm big on saying I'm moving in silence, making things happen. So I need to change that perspective and understand that I don't need to move in silence. I have people that can help me in that and don't isolate myself.
Everyone around you is not against you. And if they are, you need to change the people that are around you. Moving in silence is for those moments when you have people who are not on your team.
Okay, well, get me together then, because I surely always scream I'm moving in silence because I'm talking about it with God and I don't need to talk about it with nobody else. But I can see where you're coming from and I see that perspective. And I never thought about how speaking that out loud can make you become isolated, like you
Isolated.
speaking it into existence.
Let me give you another example,
Okay.
sis. Everything in our environment, every car, every vehicle, every building, everything that is in our world is supported.
By something.
A foundation, everything is supported. Even
Yeah.
this chair that we're sitting in is support for our bodies.
Man, I never thought about it like
And
that.
so, if everything in the world is supported, why do you believe, as an entrepreneur or someone who has a dream, you can do it without support?
Wow.
Why do you think that is even possible? Because it's not made to be unsupported. Your dream and your ambition is not made to be unsupported.
That's good. That's good. And you know what? The reality to it is even when you think you're moving in silence and you're doing it alone,
Mhm.
there has to be a support system. Because I can say that even if it's not a human that I utilize for support, there are my resources, there's my research, there's the reading that I do. So that is the form of support as well. You know what? You are really giving me such good perspectives to see things as I go through this entrepreneurial journey. I know I'm not alone. I know that I can't be the only person that had to take 6 months off and back away just to do me and take care of me and pour into me because I felt like my cup was empty. I hadn't poured everything out to
Yeah.
everybody else and I have nothing left for myself. But I realized in that pull away,
Mhm.
I can grow and be better, but I needed to have a support system.
Yes.
I
Yes.
needed to know that my friends supported me, my family supported me.
Mhm.
Even just the words that you've been doing a good job. I've been watching you. I'm so proud of you. I see the results. Means so much to an entrepreneur because at the end of the day, the only reason you put your dream out there to the
Yeah.
forefront is because you want to be supported.
Want to be supported.
Man, okay, that's good. That's good. Now, I am known to say that I am resilient and I can overcome anything and I can make it through everything. But at the end of the day, I am human, as you said.
Mm.
Tell us about this resilience. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
We have to change the way we define resilience.
Mm.
Resilience has nothing to do with how much you can carry,
Oh my God.
but resilience has everything to do with how clear and how communicative you are with gaining support to
Mm.
get you through.
Okay.
I
Okay.
always attributed resilience to my strength. I can carry everything, because especially as a young child, I was conditioned to believe I had a superhero cape
Hmm.
and I could just fly
Save the
through,
world.
save the world. I can do it. And the reality is,
Reality is.
because of my human existence, I was not created to be capable to
You was what?
carry.
You was not. I need you to tell it to the IG
I
audience too.
was not created to be capable to carry what I choose to carry.
Y'all heard that? That's a word right there. You need to recognize and understand everything doesn't have to be carried on your back. And you can definitely do the 10 miles with weights, but you can also do the 10 miles with no weights. It can happen.
But also, sis, Everything has a weight capacity.
Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Everything has a weight capacity.
So when you get on the airplane, they say only so many people could fly. If the weight of the luggage and everything exceeds a certain amount, then the plane
Yes.
can't get off the ground. So even the airplane that takes up in the sky and takes us across the country has a weight
Weight capacity.
capacity. Speak more to that, Q. What is that speaking to as an entrepreneur? What do we need to hear from when we were discussing the weight capacity?
And I'll give an example of myself. I almost cracked because I didn't understand the weight capacity of my vision and my dream was not meant for me to carry alone.
Okay.
And when you attempt to do something and it's beyond capacity,
Mm-hmm.
it breaks,
Yeah.
it stretches,
Yeah. It tears up.
it doesn't function according.
It's no longer good. It's like that tape that you pulled out the tape and now you try to play it. It just says "Ring, ring, ring," because it's.
Have you ever bought an electronic device
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you a warranty for what, a year or 6 months?
Hmm.
But there are little fine print that tells you how that warranty is valid.
Right. Because if you do this, it's no longer valid.
No longer valid.
If you do that, it's no longer valid. I mean, think about it. When you say weight capacity, that brings me back to this cup.
Mhm.
And what I shared with you guys earlier, how I had to back away from everybody and everything because this cup could only hold so much.
That was it.
It only can hold so much capacity. But the outer side of that is once it's empty, there's nothing left in it. And who can benefit from that? If I'm thirsty and this cup is empty, I'm just going to be thirsty, right?
Right.
I don't desire thirst, right? So what I'm saying to say that is just as much as you know about the weight capacity, you need
Yeah.
to understand that when you pulling from that, there's also a deficit of weight. There's a void of. So just like it can hold so much, only you can hold so much, right, Q?
Yes. And you can't cut your grass with a broom.
Man, or a pair of scissors. You can try,
Yes.
but just imagine how much easier it is if you do it
Yes.
with a lawnmower.
Yes.
Now we could get it done. I could sit there with them scissors. I could be on the ground. I could go across that whole yard. But why?
Yeah.
That's like me as an entrepreneur doing it all by myself. That don't make no sense, y'all. Get your support system. Know your
Yes.
weight limit, but understand that you have a limit, but you also have a high capacity of how far you can go. What is it called? A ceiling?
A
A
ceiling.
threshold?
Yes.
You need to be somewhere along the middle as an entrepreneur to be balanced, right?
But I think we get so caught up in, I'm an entrepreneur now, I'm
Mm.
successful. And so I don't want to even appear as if I failed.
Mm.
I don't even want anyone to know that I failed. Do you know I will get on a stage, do a speech, get off the stage after I just done a contract and go Uber at the airport?
Amen.
It doesn't mean that I failed as an entrepreneur. What that means is this is a part of the process.
It's a learning
It's a
lesson.
learning lesson.
I agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it. I was shared with you. We were having a personal conversation, and I was telling you about, my experiences for last year, how hard it was to go through. I'm just gonna say it, damn near being homeless. Like at the end of the day, I didn't have a place of my own. I had to go and stay with my family, with my dad, and I'm grateful that he had a door to open. But I'm grown as hell. What I like having to go and stay with somebody. But I made decisions as an entrepreneur that put me in a position. I didn't think about this the full way through. I didn't understand the weight of the capacity that my vessel could hold.
Yes.
So I am so grateful that I had a Crevera, a Dr. Moulton to reach out to and just have someone just to be encouraging. Sometimes your help doesn't necessarily mean they're going to come in and pick
Yes.
apart and revamp and pivot with you. But sometimes just being a listening ear,
Yes.
being a support system is more than enough to keep you going. Q, I could talk. So I'm going to let you give up, this next example of what is important when you are an entrepreneur dealing with stuff.
That work-life balance that's a fight.
Hmm.
And sometimes it becomes a silent fight. It becomes a silent fight because sometimes the work-life balance can hold the very breath of you hostage because you can't breathe. You can't breathe because you're so busy trying to prove you're successful that you neglect your own mental well being.
Mm, mm, mm.
You neglect your family. You
Oh, she all
neglect
up
your
in my business, y'all.
friends. You neglect everything.
Hmm.
Everything, the dots are just not connecting for
Mhm.
you because you are struggling, not taking care of your wellness. And that has been my whole lesson, even from 2023 to now, is learning to take care of my own mental wellness while I'm out here trying to build something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I always go through different places at lunchtime when I'm driving around, and I always see people taking their breaks and eating lunch. And I was
Siesta.
like,
This is one of the only countries where at noon everybody stops doing what they're doing because they understand the importance of stopping,
yes,
taking stock in what you've done so far. How can you really say that you're a great entrepreneur if you don't stop and give yourself your flowers? Basically, kind of enjoy the results
yes,
of your hard work.
yes.
We don't do that. I think I am very bad at congratulating myself and stopping. Q, you're a witness. You can say to me, "Oh, girl, you look so good," but that don't work for me. I have to. No, you look good, but that's just who I am as a person, and I've learned to deal with who I am as a person. Because hey, I'm too old to be trying to do something else with it. But I'm grateful that the evolution of me
Right.
has brought me to a space where I can even point at my own faults and be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on it
Yeah.
because my brother said to me, if I give you a compliment, say thank you. But it's not just you, Q. When you said that, I did not want to accept it. I forgot I was supposed to say thank you. I was too busy trying to pour back into you. But I've learned that having good friends that could pour into you, drink from the cup, be okay with that because sometimes you need her juice with your juice to make better juice. And I don't know if y'all know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
that's what you need sometimes. You need somebody else that can just tell you that what you're doing is great.
And you can't
Keep
pour
at it.
into your own cup. You cannot pour into
You
your own
can.
cup.
I can't pour in my own
You
self.
cannot pour into your own
Well, I
cup.
need some more in my cup. Can you got some for me in my
I got
cup?
something.
Thank you. See, I ain't got no more in my cup, but my sister gonna pour me up some. So you need to understand it as an entrepreneur. You need to have a support system.
Yes.
You need to have a village. You need to have people that can tell you when that don't make no sense, Chris. What are you doing?
And minding your mind is essential
How do you
to
do that,
you
Q?
being um therapy,
Mm.
um taking walks outside. I love water. So I will find water anywhere, even if it's not my neighborhood.
So
And
you saying like me just going, sitting by the lake,
yes,
enjoying God's air and God's art is
yes,
good for my mental health.
your mind doesn't want you to neglect it. When you neglect your mental health, everything affects you differently. I did a talk last month for the Houston League of Business and Professional Women,
Okay.
and it was talking about how your mental health affects your your whole physical health. My mother had a heart attack.
Wow.
And when she had the heart attack, that's when we found out she had cancer. But the reality was, my mom had a mental illness. She had schizophrenia. And because she didn't take care of her mental health, it started to trickle down and affect her physical health. And
Mm.
a lot of people try to separate the two. You may be depressed now, but that's the beginning of a physical issue that could
Mm.
blow into something else. And so, not taking care of your mental wellness can have a terminal effect on you.
It can.
And I think it's essential that we understand support is needed,
Hmm.
self care is
Hmm.
needed. Understanding, even if you don't know how to love yourself or
Man.
care for yourself, let's get you some resources to show you how.
Yes.
But learning how to take care of your mind will be a gift that will never stop giving to you.
Never. And I think that a lot of us we forget. We forget to focus on our mentals because we're so busy and the hustle or bustle, it just keeps going and going.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop. Like there's always gonna be work to do.
Yes.
And you always, as Reverend Lemon said, should be a willing worker.
Yes.
But you can't help nobody if you're no longer here. So mind your mentals, because as Quavaria said, it will, Dr. Moten said, it starts to become physical.
Yes.
Your brain will start telling other parts of your body that, hey, we're not okay. Those headaches that last hours on hours, that's your body telling you, man, the stress is getting too hard for us. When your heart feel like it's racing and you're not even doing no exercise, that's your body communicating to you. So you need to listen to your body. And it starts with the mindset. When you take care of your mind, the rest will follow suit. Am I right? Am I wrong?
You're so right.
Let me ask you this, Q. I love you to death, girl. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How do people ask for the help? Because that's the hardest part. Most people that need it are the biggest fear factors, the ones that don't know how to ask for the help. Can you give us some pointers?
It has been my experience. Sometimes asking for help from people you know is the hardest.
Mhm.
Sometimes asking for help from people you don't know may be the route that's easier for you because the people you know don't know you need the help.
Right.
And so you have to pick which route that works best for you,
Okay.
but you need to pick one.
Hmm.
It's not optional for you not to pick a route. There are a lot of resources. You got the NAMI, National Alliance of Mental Illness, right in your area. You can contact them for resources. You can reach out to Mental Health America.
Okay.
If you are feeling having some really dark moments and need to talk with someone immediately because you're contemplating something that we don't want you to contemplate, now you can call 988 24 hours, 7 days a week, and there is someone that's going to answer that phone and that's going to be there to talk to you.
So you just have to press 988.
888.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
But getting into therapy, I mean, now they have it where you don't even have to go into an office to get therapy.
Right. I mean, you could actually be in the comfort of your own home and see a therapist for a
And
whole session.
now therapists are like shoes. They either fit or they
Or
don't.
they gonna hurt your feet if they don't fit though.
And if they don't fit, find the right one for you.
Yeah.
Don't give up on therapy. Don't give up on getting the support that you need. Because just as I'm sitting in this chair, there are 4 pillars of support under me.
Hmm.
What do your 4 pillars of support look like for you and what you need? I sat in this chair because I trusted that it could support me.
Mm.
Where are you sitting and what does your support look like?
Wow, that's good, Q. That's good. Girl, you got me going into the world trying to figure out what my chairs are and if my chairs are supporting me good enough because I might need to reevaluate my chairs. That's good. I mean, it's just what it is. I'm glad that we're having this conversation because it's not one that many people talk about. Nobody ever says that, yeah, I dealt with depression. I went through 6 months of just not wanting to be my happy, jolly self. And no, it didn't feel good, but I'm grateful that I went through it because it made me a better me. It made me dig into the tools that I needed to figure out how to make me better, how to get back on the other side and be who I am naturally, happy, jolly, fun. But life be life, and y'all. And at the end of the day, when you don't stop and really take heed to your mental health, it will take you out. Trust me. I watched it with my own 2 eyes. It happens. I watched my mom go from a healthy, strong person, and I watched dementia take her to a frail, small human who didn't even know who she was. So watching that makes me very mindful, very, very, very aware of what I do when it comes to my mental health. I speak to it. When I feel it, I don't try to hide it. I don't try to mask it. I don't try to act like it's not real. I accept my space and I sit in my chair and I give it to God and I deal with it. And if I got to pick up the phone and call my good girlfriend and say, I'm not doing so well, Q, talk to me, I got that support system. I only have not only have chairs, I got other pillars that I can depend on to hold me up. And if you don't got no pillars, you need to get you some pillars because pillars, not pillows. Because I ain't saying go to sleep. I'm saying pillars to hold you up. Get your support system. Q. Emphasize the roles of mindfulness practices and self-care routines. Give us some ideas because for me, it's me going to get my nails and feet done. A pedicure. Oh my God, you can take me to Jesus with a pedicure. I think I'm the best person I've ever been with my feet. looking all shiny and pretty and they all smooth on the bottom.
Yes.
That's self-care to me. If I need to go and get some, a massage and kind of get some of those toxins pushed up out of my body, that's another way that I do self-care. Can you share some of your self-care routines?
You have to think of self-care and mindfulness almost like hygiene.
Mm.
When you get up in the morning and you're brushing your teeth, washing your face, all of those things that you do on an everyday, daily basis, mindfulness and self care has to be the same.
Mm.
It has to be the same because it's essential to strengthening you. You're wondering why you're broken. You're wondering why you're hurting.
Mm.
You're wondering why you don't have a way to move forward. The reason that is happening is because you neglected to care for yourself. You neglected to care for your mental wellness, your mindfulness. All of these things are essential so you can be the best version of yourself.
I love that. So if y'all don't do nothing else, stop at the end of this. When you get off, go look in the mirror. Because that's what I did. I reflected. I looked at my reflection and I asked myself real questions. Are you okay? Are you good in this space, in this positioning? What do you need to do to make it better? What would put you in a better space? And those were the things that I asked myself and I answered the questions, and it sincerely helps me to move forward.
Mm.
So that's one of the things that I do. I self reflect and I have conversations. No, I don't talk to myself, but I have genuine conversations about me because don't nobody else know me as well as I do.
Yes.
Nobody else knows everything that I've been through. I'm the only one that has been through my life. So I am the expert on it. So the best person to talk to next to God is myself. And then I can move forward and have those conversations with my friends. But I can sincerely say, I can't have a conversation with Q if I haven't had it with myself because I don't even know what I want to talk about until I've had that conversation with me and I'm comfortable enough to now reach out to an extension support pillar. Let me ask you this. I don't want to talk about financial stress because you can be having financial stress with a multi-million dollar income. Financial stress is what it is because we create these lifestyles
Right.
that we want to keep up with. So, hey, that's what I'll say about financial stress. Take some of the stuff out of your lifestyle if you're dealing with financial stress. Scale back. Like break it down and realize what is a necessity and what is a waste of your money.
Right.
Use your resources wisely. That's what I'll say about that. But
Mhm.
past all that, Q, let me ask you because you're not in the best space, but on the outer, what you present to the world is a light. How do you separate from life circumstances? I'm struggling with my entrepreneurs. It's giving me hell, but I want to present and show up. And I'm not saying mask up, but how do you push through even when you're not feeling like
It's a process called authenticity with
it?
yourself.
Mm,
I give myself permission to cry.
mm,
I give myself permission to feel sad. I give myself permission to be vulnerable
mm,
because that's what it boils down to.
mhm.
I give myself permission to show up even in the midst of me not being 100%.
Okay. Okay. I love that. I love that. And I know you gave all the different resources. You talked about NAMI. You shared what is it again? 989?
Oh, 988.
988. And if you're dealing with suicidal ideations, is that
988.
if you're dealing with depression and you really just need somebody to talk to?
988.
Okay. So y'all heard that. I made her repeat that 3 times so y'all could get it in y'all skull. If you're dealing with anything and you don't have a friend that you can reach out to, pick up your
Yeah.
phone and dial what?
988.
988. Put that in your mental Rolodex and be sure to use it if needed. I want you to share some survival stories because I could talk all day about what I done been through and how I came on the side, but it's nothing like hearing someone else share their transparent experiences, and it may help someone who's listening. Could you please share a success story with the audience?
Well, even as an entrepreneur, even as a mental health advocate myself, I have gone into some dark spaces mentally
Mm,
where I didn't even see a reason to continue. And when you are so hard on yourself
Mm,
and you have these unrealistic expectations of yourself
hmm,
and you don't give yourself grace, that is when you can get into that dark space.
hmm.
I am happy to say I'm not in that dark space anymore,
We are happy to hear that.
but I am continuing to build and keep support with me
Mm,
that will encourage me through this journey as I encourage others.
hmm.
My whole makeup, my whole everything is to encourage the world, to encourage you.
Yes.
And even in these moments that I'm finding myself needing additional support, I recognize the gift of support
Hmm.
and the strength and support. And
Wow.
I value being able to be in a space to say, it's okay that even though I'm teaching you that it's okay
Hmm.
not to be okay, but it's okay for me not to be okay.
That's right.
And it's okay for me to admit that and walk through it so that I have more opportunities to share with you how important it is for you, especially those of us that are carers,
Yes.
especially those of us that are nurturers. We're giving, we're giving, we're giving.
Yeah.
But what are you putting back in you?
That's good. I've read the saying, I believe it, and I've learned that it's true. Givers will give, but you
Yes.
need to learn to cap your own giving because a taker will take whatever you give.
Yes.
That's what I had to learn, that even as a giver, I have to put a cap on that because I
Mhm.
can't give until my cup is empty.
Yes.
And that is a learning lesson because I'm not a per se a people pleaser, but I do want everybody in my space around me to be great. I want everybody that is in my circle to be great. So if it's anything that I could do to pour into that, I will. And I've
Yes.
just had to learn that give what you can afford to give. Because if you give everything, a taker will take it.
Yes.
Not saying that people are all takers, but you just got to be in tune and set up your boundaries for yourself independent of what they are, because it's okay to give and I give when I can, but I've learned not to give what I don't have to give. And that was a true lesson that I had to learn, because I would give it all away and then be laying in the floor trying to figure out how I was going to get what I needed.
Yes.
But if I
Definitely.
hadn't went through those experiences, I wouldn't be able to share that with you guys. I wouldn't be able to say that that is the best methodology to being better you,
Yes.
is learning where your flaws are and sitting in those and then working on them. I don't believe that I could say that I want to be a doctor, that I can just walk out tomorrow and become a doctor. There are going to be little bitty steps that I have to take. I got to go through the first semester, the second semester, 4 years. First, I got to get the bachelor's, then I got to go back. You know what I'm saying? But it's steps to it. It just does not happen overnight. I have to put in the work. And that's the same thing you got to do with your mental health. You got to put in the work.
My cousin's sister, I call her my cousin sister Karen. She told me the other day, she said, the most beautiful artwork of mosaic come from broken pieces.
Broken pieces.
And I spent so much time trying to hide
All
my
my
broken
imperfections.
pieces that no one ever saw the beauty, the authentic beauty
Mm.
that was in me. And I want to ask you a question. What makes you hide the broken pieces of you? And can you pause in the hiding process
Okay.
and recognize the beauty of your brokenness?
Mm. That's beautiful. Because I can honestly say
Yeah.
that every time I've been able to share my experiences of whatever that is with somebody else,
Mhm.
they gain something from it. Or at least that's what they told me.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that. And I can honestly say that I stopped being afraid that my broken pieces would cut somebody, because at the end of the day, they're so smooth and they
Yes.
so pretty and they're in no danger. They're just my broken pieces. So I'm
Mhm.
glad you said that, because that was good. That was real good. But I know you got a lot of good that you're doing in the neighborhood of Houston. You got some things coming up.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about it, Q. What you got coming up? I know you have an event where you're gonna be a speaker and you just got a new position where you over talk to the people. Tell the people
I
where you at and what you
I
got going
am the
on.
new director of public relations and communications for the the Houston League of Business and Professional Women Incorporated,
Okay.
and we were founded in 1964.
Wow.
And
Talking about legacy.
this year we are celebrating our 60th anniversary Diamond Jubilee Gala.
Okay.
It's going to be April 13th.
This one?
Now, just a little bit about our
Is it
organization. It's April 30th. Yes.
All right, let's show it to the people.
April 30th. April 13th.
Okay.
And it is going to be an affair that you will not forget. Our league, we are responsible for empowering women across the city of Houston and the outskirts to be entrepreneurs, to be leaders in the community, to educate the community. We do everything with supporting human trafficking, health and health awareness events, um, just supporting students in education with scholarships.
Okay.
So we are looking for sponsorships.
We are looking. We are seeking sponsorship. You heard what she said, looking. This is your opportunity, audience. This is your opportunity to be a part of the show.
But we want you to be present with us and come celebrate with us.
Where is it? How do they connect? How do they get the tickets? First of all, where you got to go to get the tickets?
You can scan the QR code. You can or click on the link below.
Okay.
And you can get a ticket. You can donate for a scholarship.
Okay.
Support a student. Once you click that link, it'll show you different ways that you can get involved to help support what we're doing for the community of Houston. There are going to be community leaders, legislators there, just to support what and celebrate what us giving back to the community for now 60 years.
Wait a minute. So you say gala. When you say gala to me, that means I got to get gussied up. So I get to get my cute clothes on and go get my makeup done and stuff?
Listen, this is black tie.
Oh my God. Can you say black excellence in black tie?
This is black tie event. You want to be dressed to the not to the 9s, but you want to be 10s. To the 10s.
All right, to the 11s and 12s.
To the 10s. Okay. It's going to be at the Doubletree Hotel Hobby Airport.
Okay, Hobby Airport Doubletree.
And this is going to be an event to remember.
And it's March the 16th.
April 13th.
April 13th. Okay, I got the 16th in my head from my earlier interview. I'm sorry,
there's going to be dancing. So
you can dance? So wear your comfortable shoes.
We have a 19-piece band.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be this is going to be live music, live entertainment, and we're going to be able to honor some pretty special people in the community of Houston and all the wonderful things that they have done to uplift and empower and inspire. And we want you to be present.
We want you to be present. Please come and join us. I'm going to put on my fancy gear. Q going to put on her fancy gear. Yes. We're going to be cute, y'all, and we want to be cute with you. So join us. Be supportive. This is an event that the community can show up. There's no cap on who can come in. Get your tickets and join us because this is a give back event. We're going to celebrate. We're going to have a good time. But at the end of the day, this is all about giving back to your community. So join us and be a part of the amazing gala presented by
the Houston League of Business and Professional Women Incorporated.
Okay, tell them I'm gonna be on that red carpet interview, and yes, I want in. I'll talk to you after this. Though we're gonna talk about this afterwards. Yeah, I will definitely be there. I'm getting my ticket. I already told Q. Put my ticket to the side because I want to be there. I want to be in support. But more than that, I want to be a willing worker.
Yes.
Ever since he said that this morning, it's been on my mind because that's all you got to do for God is to be willing. That's all he asks is for you to be willing. Man, yes. I'm excited about that. Okay, so that's not all you have going on, though. That is not all you have. What's going on right here? What's this about?
Those are the live musicians that are going to be present.
So this is okay, y'all. I'm showing y'all everything on here, but trust me, when I repost this, I'm going to have the flyers up, the QRL link, so you guys can get your tickets. Get your tickets here. If you're interested in going, you're on my live and you don't know Q, you don't have access to Q. She gave you all her handles. I don't know why you don't, but reach out to me. I will definitely connect you with her. And I would love to be in the space with you because it's a family affair, y'all. Come out and join us on April 13th
at 4:45.
4:45. And it's going to be where?
At the
Doubletree by Hobby Airport.
Yes.
I got it. Yay. Y'all see, I remember. That mean I'm serious about going because
There's going to be a reception. You don't want to miss the reception. So there's a reception before the gala. Doors open at 6.
okay.
But doors to the reception open at
4:45.
4:45.
Okay.
And
So it's imperative that you importantly on time.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
4:45. So don't be like me and getting there at 5:15.
No, you're gonna miss it.
4:45.
You don't want to miss anything.
Okay, I'm excited. Q. I can't wait till the 16th of April when we can get together.
13th.
The 13th of April and we can get see. Our friend Fayette put it down there for us because y'all see, I'm gonna get it wrong, but we're gonna be there and we're gonna be in full effect.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to share with the people before we go?
I want to share that the Houston League of Business and Professional Women want to partner with you, the community. We want to partner with you however we are able to reach more women, empower more women, and with Rated X and everything that you're doing in the
Okay.
mental health circle,
Okay.
we want to make sure that we are present because even though we've been in the community for 60 years, we are opening the opportunities to build more because if we build more together, we can reach so many more people.
Yeah, I agree with that. I truly and honestly believe that I've learned that in my experiences. When I collaborate, what comes about is just beautiful.
Yes.
Not as good as I could have done it by myself. Not that I couldn't have done it by myself and it been great, but for it to collaborate with someone like this conversation alone. I could have came in here and talked about my struggles of mental health and dealing as an entrepreneurship, but it wasn't nothing like having the amazing Dr. Moulton here to give her perspectives because we collaborated to talk to y'all and share with y'all our own experiences because collaboration is good. So join the League of Women.
Houston League of Business and Professional Women.
Okay, I need all my professional women out there to pull out your card.
Yes.
Add your name to the list. Be sure to join, support. Is there a link that they can go to? Is it a website? How can they connect with the League of Women?
If they go to our website is HLBPW, it should be on this flyer too.
Okay.
Or go to Google and type in the Houston League of Business and Professional Women.
Google is your friend,
and it will pop up. But the next time I come, I'll make sure I give even more information. But we want to partner with you. So if there are any ways that we can partner in the community, we want to be able to do that.
I love it. I want to close and just saying I really appreciate you for coming here and sharing your expertise. I said it, your expertise, but more than that, just sharing your heart. I love you and I appreciate you. You are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And I hope you guys enjoy my amazing guest. I know y'all got all the nuggets that what to get because she always comes with her rifle fully loaded and she will blast on that ass every time. But me personally, I'm grateful for it because I always need that realness, that sister girl that's going to tell you what it is, no matter if it's something you may not want to hear, something you may not be ready to hear, but get you a good, staple support system.
Yes.
Get your pillars.
Yes.
Get your pillars. I love y'all. Y'all ain't got to get off my live, and I'm going to try not to cuss. I'm trying to be respectful, but get y'all ass off my live. Bye. Tell the people bye, Q.
Bye.